Mr. Lawrence, you ready to proceed with your first witness?
I am, Your Honor. I am. The defendant will call Brian Kropinski, who's in the back of the courtroom.
Kropinski, want to step up to the stand? Stand and be sworn. Raise your right hand and be sworn, sir. Do you solemnly swear affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth to the best of your knowledge? Please be seated. You may proceed.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Brian Kropinski.
And for the benefits of the recording devices, will you please spell your last name?
K-R-U-P-I-N-S-K.
And may I call you Brian?
Sure.
Brian, where do you live?
Hammond, Indiana.
And how long have you lived in Hammond?
My wife.
And are you currently employed?
Yes.
And with whom?
Tom O'Connor.
And what do you do for Tom O'Connor?
I do everything in the store, basically. Purchase things, stock things, register, sweep the floor, the whole gamut.
How long have you worked for Tom O'Connor?
17.
And Brian, do you know the firework business?
Yes.
Do you know the retail aspects of the firework business?
Yes.
And what can you tell me about the retail aspects of the firework business as it relates to the consumer?
Well, it's a seasonal business, obviously. And it's something that people enjoy to do every year. Fireworks, it's the holiday season. And, people come in our store and they buy fireworks and they get to learn the product and what they like, what they don't like, and they're price conscious, so we have to be price conscious too. And, we have to keep up with the latest fireworks that are out there, trends that go in fireworks.
Are you familiar with what the consumer wants to purchase?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the consumer will not purchase?
Yes.
Okay. What do we mean when we say choice product?
Choice product is basically the biggest consumer firework type thing. Everybody wants bigger, louder, better. The best stuff they can get closest to a professional display. Obviously, that's what they see, when they go to a fireworks show. So they want the closest thing they can get to that. So they want the best.
Is it also the most popular?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the higher end items are definitely the most popular.
Is this product that the consumer is willing to come in, spend the money, and buy?
Yes.
Where are fireworks manufactured to the best of your knowledge?
The majority are all.
All right. And how are the fireworks packaged?
They're packaged in cellophane, some have a red paper covering around them, wrap. The wrapping varies. Sometimes from a supplier you get very good packaging, sometimes you get less than substandard even, because there's so many factory plants that fireworks come from. They're contracted out, overseas. And one year you might get A grade stuff, the next year you might get D grade stuff. It varies.
In the packaging?
In the packaging, yeah.
And when you say...
And quality, too.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I understand this. You say A grade or a D grade, the quality of the packaging. You're talking about just the exterior of the product's housing, the covering that the consumer sees.
The packaging and the product itself, both. They run the gamut of quality.
And how is the ink on these products?
It's pretty lightly. It's like newspaper, basically. It's lightly printed. The paper's thin. And, the sun and handling can do quite a bit to it in a short time. Even dust, we have dust on our products. Sometimes you have to wipe it off and that can tear cellophane. It's pretty fragile stuff. Some of it, some of it's not. It's full. Some is packaging and wax, some is.
Are you responsible for ordering the product?
Yes, I am.
And who else is responsible for ordering the product?
Tom O'Connor. We both work for it.
And you've been doing this for the last 17 years, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Were you working for Tom O'Connor in 2002?
Yes, correct. Yes,
And did anything of any significance occur in 2002, do you recall?
Yes, we had a major fire and the store was full loss and the product was full loss.
And when did that major fire occur? Can you recall?
In May of 2002.
Was that a newsworthy item?
Yes, it made the newspapers and the news, and it was big. to me, Channel 5, it made a lot of difference.
I'm going to ask you to look in the white book, exhibit number 15.
Yes, I'm observing it now.
Is that one of the articles that appeared in the newspapers regarding that fire that occurred?
Yes, it is, and matter of fact, we have this in our store on the wall, this very article, this picture.
Now, Brian, were you inside the store when the fire started?
Yes, I was working at the time.
What happened?
There was some sparks and smoke over on the far side. I would be at the counter here. There are two counters, the counter on the left and the right. And the far way was to the east wall. I noticed some sparks and some fire. Some smoke, obviously. First thing I could say, I really couldn't see the fire, more sparks and smoke. And then, before I knew it, stuff was flying around the store, and you just had to get out. There was no time to do it.
Okay, and how long did it take for that fire to consume the store?
It basically burned within a half an hour, maybe a little bit longer. It was fast and intense. The fire was a lot of chemicals. It was infernal. It went quick.
Was the building salvageable?
No.
Was any of the product inside the store salvageable?
Total loss. Not even shelving, nothing.
And when did this fire occur?
In 2002.
Okay. Was all of the inventory for Boomtown USA housed inside the store?
No, we have semi-trailers and stores beyond the store that's outside of the store.
Was any of that damaged with this fire?
No, that was not part of the fire.
Did you have enough product to start the selling season for 2002, July 2002?
Yes.
Now, you order product from various vendors.
Yes.
You were not in the courtroom here when the testimony was given that products were ordered from Jake's Fireworks, Fireworks Over America. Are those vendors familiar to you?
That's correct. We order from them.
Do you also order for them?
Yes.
What's the turnaround from the date that you place the order to the time that you receive your order?
It can be the next day, it can be several days.
What's the longest period of time?
The longest, and in case you're out of an item and the whole order has to be held, which sometimes happens, at the very most, usually a week, very most. And that's only because one item held up the whole order. And sometimes I'll call and say, just forget that item, I need it quick. And then they
After this fire had engulfed the building, I assume none of the product within the building was salvageable?
No, nothing at all.
The building was not salvageable? Did the building crumble down to rubbles and concrete?
The wall still stood and the roof was still intact, but the windows were all gone. But the inside was just totally gone. Because it's a steel frame building. But even the beams and the warp and ceiling had sagged down from all intense heat because it was such an infernal and so fast when it burned.
Were you and Tom able to salvage the 2002 selling season?
Yes, we were. We sold in the store next door.
I'm going to ask you to turn to Exhibit 30 in the white book.
Yes, I'm looking at it now.
Is that the store we're talking about?
Yes, the one on the far right. It also says Boomtown Fireworks.
We're not looking at the one that says Boomtown USA Fireworks 3800.
Yeah, that would be the one that burned. The smaller one to the right, which he also owns. It's obviously in the picture is where we sold it in 2002.
Were you able to take product out of your storage trailers and stock the stock room of that little shack?
Yes.
Okay. Was this a tent?
There was no tent, no. That was the building that you see in the picture.
Were you able to place orders with vendors to get more product in?
Yes, we had credit from them, and we had fire to the fire happening, so you could pick up the phone and then pay after the 4th of July season, which is standard placement in this case.
Now, prior to the fire, would you and Tom order product during the selling season?
Yes.
Okay. Would all the product be ordered before the season started?
Yeah, the majority of it needs to be before the season, before 4th of July. It's all the way from the season, which is May 4th to July 4th, sometimes a little earlier than that, right up to the 4th of July with some stuff that maybe we run out of that we need to get that. It stops very quickly because it's selling very quickly.
After the fire, was more product ordered from the vendors?
Yes.
And was that product utilized to salvage the 2002 selling season?
Yes, of course, we didn't have every single product we needed in the trailer, so we had to buy some from the vendors to fill out our stock for the season. Because we had to go once to the store, obviously, we didn't have every single product we need, storage.
I want you to take a look at in Exhibit 13/14 in the white book. And you're going to see a page that says response number 10 in the white book.
Yes, I see the pictures.
Okay, I want you to keep that page open, and I want you to go to the black book, exhibit number C. I would indicate to the court that those photographs are the same, other than the exhibit C books are blown up. The exhibits in 13/14 are smaller and clarity is a little bit better. Would you agree with what I just said to the court, Brian?
Yes, that is correct. Pictures that I see are the same. It's just a different side of them.
For the sake of clarity, go to the white book. Have you ever been inside Planet Fireworks store?
I was there once, towards the end when they were packing stuff up. It was almost when the store was entirely empty.
I want you to flip through the pages, and I want you to go to the third page that has two gentlemen in it.
Okay, yes, I see.
Do you recognize any of the product on the walls or in the shelves?
Those particular products, no, I don't.
Now take a look at the next page with the lady in the blue jacket, black outfit, the product that's on that wall.
I do not recognize those as products we received from them.
And the bottom photograph?
The only thing I recognized in that picture was the rocket packs on the end.
Is that the rocket pack on the left side that says Explorer?
That's correct.
Did you recognize any of the other product that's in there?
Not from what we got. No.
The next page, there's a gentleman with a white sweatshirt, blue jeans. You recognize any of the product on that shelf?
I recognize the product, but we did not get that product.
Okay, and that's what I'm referring to. You recognize the product, but this is product you did not receive.
Yes, I recognize all the products as far as what it is, but we did not receive that.
Brian, the testimony was given that Planet Fireworks delivered product prior to the July 2003 selling season. Did Planet Fireworks deliver any product for the 2002 selling season?
No, we did not get product in that year.
Did Planet Fireworks deliver any product prior to the July 4th, 2003 selling season?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Did Planet Fireworks deliver product to the store after the July 4th, 2002 selling season? After 2002?
Yes, we had a product, but it was in 2003 or 2002.
Okay, and I'm glad you corrected me. When did Boomtown USA receive product from Planet Fireworks?
I remember after the 4th of July season in 2003 was when the majority of the products we received came.
You said the majority of the product. Was any product delivered prior to the July 2003 selling
Not
season?
prior to.
Not prior to.
No.
And when we look at the photographs in the white book that we talked about that are attached to Exhibit 13/14, is it safe to assume that you recognize this product but not product delivered?
Not those particular items, no.
Okay.
Except the rocket pack, okay. That one picture of the rocket pack, we did get those.
Okay. And the product that was delivered in 2003, is it your testimony that was the only time that product was delivered to the store?
Yes, to my knowledge, 2003, after the 4th of July season.
Tell the jury what this product was.
It consisted of multi-shot aerial devices, which are small square devices that shoot multiple shots in the air and break into colors. It consisted of Roman candles, long sticks that shoot multiple colors out of them, firecrackers, a lot of novelties, which are smaller items like tanks and different animals, like we got frogs, they spit sparks out of them, geared for the younger crowd. We got a lot of stuff like that. It was mainly those items that we received.
Was this choice product?
I wouldn't call it choice product, I would call it average product.
Is this product that the consumer would be busting the doors down and come and buy?
Objection as to form on that one, Your Honor.
Yes.
Let me
Rephrase the question.
Is this product that the consumer would be willing to buy as their first choice?
As their first choice, probably not, depending on your budget, but probably not.
When this product was delivered, how was it delivered?
It was delivered, there was cases, and we had bought, for the 2003 season, obviously we needed shopping carts. We bought a big fleet of shopping carts from Sam's Club, their entire fleet. And we had them, they had them in boxes, put their product in since it was on the shelf. You know, that's understandable, the boxes were gone. You know, a lot of times that's the case. You get, product back in boxes, whatnot, save boxes. So they were put in the shopping carts. These are very large shopping carts, Sam's Club carts. So they're pretty big. So that ended up being a good way to transport product. Since they were, decent size and you could roll, it made sense to put them in there. So we used of most of the carts.
Were these the carts from Boomtown?
Yeah, we purchased them.
Who came and picked up the carts from Boomtown?
Tim Walczak.
And how many carts did he take?
20 at a time, I remember. It was an enclosed trailer, and as many as basically fit in the trailer.
And when the product was delivered back, how was it delivered? In what condition?
There was various conditions from okay condition to handled condition, where it obviously fit on the shelf for 2 years in the store. So, and some of it was some faded. It varied.
Was the packaging in excellent condition?
Some was, some wasn't.
Okay. Describe what was not in good condition.
Smaller items that were like novelties and stuff like that. Obviously, they're wrapped in cellophane. So you handle them. If the consumer handles them, even on the shelf sometimes, they get torn. And then if you try to repackage them into something else, a lot of the fireworks are fragile. And then like the 200-gram cakes, which are the smaller multi-shot items, which we received, a decent amount of, those were pretty good shape overall. So it varied.
Okay. Did you try to sell any of this product in the store?
Yes, we did.
And did it sell?
Some sold, some we had to give away.
And what happened to the balance of that?
The balance sold.
Did you sell all of the product?
No.
Okay. Did you give away all of the product?
Yeah, part of it was given away, part of it was sold, but right now there's nothing left.
Okay. Did there come a point in time that there was product that was stored?
Yes.
Why?
Because it was product that we figured we would have to give away, or we didn't have an area to put it at the time, so we put it in the trailer.
Was this product that would sell?
No, it was the lower end stuff.
Go to exhibit number 30, please, in the white book. Do you recognize the photographs after page 1 of exhibit 30? Can you tell me what this is?
This is product stored in a bus that we use for storage. And this is the items that they were in carts such as that.
Is this how they were delivered?
Yes, some of them are delivered like this condition.
And Brian, was the packaging damaged when it was delivered?
Some of it was, yes.
How easy was the product that was delivered to take inventory on?
It was challenging because it was less than case lots, or partial case lots, some things, and there were different carts that they were in, so one item might be in this cart and the rest of them in another cart. It was challenging to say the most to do an inventory.
When this product was delivered, were any packaging slips provided?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Was there a bill of lading provided?
Not to my knowledge.
Was there a shipping provided?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Did you have any discussions with Tom about this transaction? What did you tell him?
I told him, this is just average stuff. A lot of it is what we call filler stuff, and the condition of it, and what was going on with it. So I asked him several times.
Did you question him on this sale?
Yes, I questioned him.
I want you to take a look at Exhibit 7 in the White Book. Was this document delivered with the product?
I've never seen this document myself, no.
Okay. Then take a look at Exhibit 8. Have you ever seen that document before?
No, I've never seen this myself.
I'm going to have you go to page, or Exhibit number 16 in the White Book. Have you seen this before?
Oh, yes.
What is it?
This flyer we put out on here, there's multiple pages in it.
Is this how you advertise your product in the store?
In the store, it's on shelves, of course, but yes.
Were you present for any contract negotiations between Tom O'Connor, Tim Walczak, and Andrew James?
No, it's not part of that negotiation whatsoever.
Were you present for any meetings that the three of them had?
No, I was not part of that negotiation.
To the best of your knowledge, has Tom O'Connor ever purchased product from liquidation sales?
Yes, yes.
To the best of your knowledge, do you know whether or not Tom O'Connor has ever purchased product from stores that were closing shop?
Yes, but I was part of that.
Is he knowledgeable in buying stores that have business?
Brian, do you have any knowledge of how to purchase product from stores that have closed shop?
Absolutely.
Do you have any knowledge of how product is purchased from a liquidation sale?
Absolutely.
Can you please tell the jury?
Usually buying a liquidation sale or someone that's going out of business, you never buy it full wholesale value, you buy it at a fraction of the price because it's been handled. And it's, you know, certain ages old, it's second hand, you're not buying it first hand right from your wholesaler like you normally would, so you don't, of course, pay the full price.
Are you familiar with anybody that has closed their shop that Tom or you have purchased from?
Yes,
And who?
Tom Cardos? I don't know the last name exactly, but right across the street, Fireworks Springs, they had closed, and we bought fireworks from them.
Do you know how much was paid for his inventory?
The total amount?
No, not the total amount. What the terms were?
The terms were we paid anywhere from 40 to 50 cents on a dollar roughly overall for the product.
Nothing further.
Cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Krupinski, give us a little bit of background. You live in Hammond, you say?
Yes, I live in Hammond, Indiana, born and raised.
High school graduate?
Yes.
Any schooling after that? Okay, is this a full-time position you have with Mr. O'Connor?
It's seasonal.
What does that mean, seasonal?
3 months out of the year.
Pardon?
3 months.
3 months out of the year. And I think there's been some testimony, but you tell me, what's the real season for selling fireworks? That is, when most of the money is made. What
It's
month or week of the year?
It's within the last month, definitely, and more so in the last 2 weeks.
Up to So, you're not telling, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that you're working in a capacity where you are in charge of the money at this operation, are you?
No.
In fact, that's Mr. O'Connor's business, right? And you do stocking, correct?
That's correct.
Put things on the shelves.
That's correct.
You talk about a little bit about about Mr. O'Connor in the business and what you observed. Is it your testimony that you had no involvement or no observation, didn't hear anything or didn't see any writings about Mr. O'Connor's agreement with Mr. James?
No, I specifically tried to not get involved. It was them two's deal. I didn't want to be a part of it.
He's a pretty quiet individual, Mr. O'Connor, when it comes to his business, isn't he?
Yes.
Keeps that to himself.
Correct.
And you know, too, that he doesn't like to handle a lot of paperwork with regard to banks and vendors. He likes to do it by telephone or in person. Is that correct?
Correct.
Where did you get the idea or the testimony that this was the sale between Mr. O'Connor and Mr. James was a liquidation sale?
Because their stores, they said that they want to close their stores.
Who told you that?
Tom.
So Tom has told you that. Since when did he tell you that?
Well, right when I said what's going on, you know, and I wanted to purchase fireworks from them, I said, okay, you know, because like I said, I wasn't part of the deal, so I was curious.
And you wouldn't know what they said beforehand?
No.
Do you ever go over to the store in Maryville or in Valparaiso?
I was at the store once in Maryville, right towards the end when like everything was being moved out.
And when you saw the pictures that are there in the white book, the pictures that were identified, I think as 13 and 14, but towards the back, which are the smaller ones, or in the black book with the different shelves and the different stocked items. You see those?
Yes.
Were the items stocked in the store when you went over to them, similar to the pictures that you have here? That is, in shelves like this, where there were items stocked and put on display for customers?
No, it wasn't that. that stage of things, I guess everything was being taken down. There was a lot of empty shelves. There may be a few things left, but it was pretty much down.
So, I'm sorry, when did you go to the Miracle Store? In relationship to when things were being delivered?
It was in 2003.
So it was at the time that these things were being delivered to you?
Even towards the very end of that, yes.
Have you ever been to the store before then?
No.
Well, you're looking at these pictures here. These are representative photos of how it would have looked before 2003. Do you have any knowledge that the store didn't have items stocked like that before the delivery?
I'm not sure how they had the store laid out.
That's fair. Now, do you get paid? How do you get paid by Mr. O'Connor? Is it cash or is it by check?
Yeah.
Okay. And is you are an employee or an independent contractor? You're an employee. It gives you a W-2 and W-2.
Yeah, pay taxes.
All right. So, are there any other employees at the operation
Yeah, we are part-time people for registers.
during the season?
We get really busy. Stop. Sure.
Cashiers, I assume.
Yeah.
Stockers.
Yes.
But when the season, that several weeks or months of the season, or the month around the 4th of July, when they're not there, you're the only one,
I'm the main guy, yeah.
and you're there for, you think, about 3 months.
Yeah, full. That's including after the season.
Now, you mentioned a storage facility. Tell us about that. What kind of storage facility did you have at the time of the fire?
Yeah, so trailers out and back of the store, which we still do.
Tell us about storing fireworks. How does that work? Where do you store it? What's the recommended storage place for fireworks that you get? We have to hold over the season in winter, spring months with rain, snow, the dampness. Where do you put a product?
Most people put them in storage trailers, shipping containers, sea boxes.
Sea boxes. You try to keep the moisture out?
Or they keep them in the store. A lot of people do that. Of course, we keep product in the store too also.
And you had this large store now. Is that the one that the ladies and gentlemen jury see in the picture? Both the pictures that have been provided in both sides, both books, and I'll tell you in the plaintiff's trial book, it's the black one there. I just want you to identify it and tell us if that's what it looks like. Yes. Yes, that's 30. 30, I'm sorry. You're welcome. 30. In the white book. Yeah, all I want to do is, for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is the first picture on 30, that's the new store, as I understand?
Yeah, that's the store of the scan.
Was the old store like that, about that size?
It was the same exact footprint, just a little taller, but it's the same square footage, exactly.
So you're storing these products, then, these fireworks, that you say have thin paper, correct?
Yes.
And could discolor,
Correct.
subject to dampness.
Correct.
You're storing those, do you usually store those, the ones you want to sell for the next season, inside to keep them from being affected by humidity?
That's correct.
You wouldn't store them in an open place or a place that wasn't properly sealed, I take it?
No, I mean the storage goes to make sure they don't leak or anything. You don't want much. But they do find the trailers too. You don't want to keep them in there an extended period of time. You'd rather move your stock. That old stock.
So how many cartfuls were delivered that you recollect when Mr. Walczak came by with the trailer?
From what I recollect, it was 7+ carts.
Did you see an invoice?
No.
Have you ever seen an invoice?
No.
I'm going to have you turn in the black book to the invoice, and that'll be an exhibit tab number E. I think he looked at it with the white book, but just keep it open. The black book, I'll refer the rest of my questions to the black book.
Sure.
See, let's go through these floral star shells. When you were there, when Mr. Walczak came with the trailer, he was what? Pulling up in front of the building?
Yes.
Right in front of the glass door?
Yes, right in front.
Had a ramp that he let down?
That's correct.
And then he let the ramp, from the ramp, did you go into the trailer from time to time and help him take carts out?
I'm sure I did, yes.
Anyone else with you?
At the time, we had hired help, I think, one time to help out. Mostly it was me, though.
Did Marilyn come?
No.
Okay.
No.
No, Marilyn, all right. And you were there, and was Mr. O'Connor there?
Yes.
And did he help?
Yes.
So go through
I
this.
had most of it, even a little bit, meantime.
And then when you take the carts off the trailer, what did Mr. Walczak do after it was empty?
We took carts and pushed them in and got new carts that were empty, and he took empty carts back to get more.
And you did that back and forth?
Yeah.
That happened 1 or 2 days of time?
It happened, I think, 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
But I mean, did it go over 2 days?
Yeah.
He was back and forth. Was it 4 or 5 days, or was it just...
It was 4 or 5 days. It wasn't maybe all days right in a row, but over a course of, it was a decent amount.
And then you were stocking the shelves with what was in the carts?
Yes, I was stocking the shelves because they were taking up space in aisles because they were, all over the place, obviously, at that time, so I tried to put stock up.
Now, was Mr. O'Connor there stocking the shelves as well?
No, I was stocking.
Did you notice any Post-it notes or anything identifying the materials that were in each of the carts? When you pulled it out, you saw little Post-it note, yellow ones?
Some carts, yeah.
What did you do with those? Did you do anything with those Post-it notes, or did Mr. O'Connor do something with them?
I didn't do anything with them. I didn't think there would need to be an inventory taken. I didn't know it would happen.
Okay. That wasn't the job you were asked to do?
No.
In fact, you didn't know the terms of this agreement?
I didn't know the terms.
So when you rolled these carts in and you started stocking them, what did you observe Mr. Walczak do? Did he stay there while you're stocking, or did he leave to get another load?
He stayed for a little while, maybe, and then left. It was a lot to do, so.
Now, on direct examination, you said that when you got the product out of the carts, you thought that it was probably not choice. And then he said something that might be depending on what the budget of a person is, but you thought it was probably not choice. You said it was in okay condition. You said some packaging was in excellent condition. You recall that testimony?
Some packaging, yes, was in good condition. Some packaging, it varied.
When you said excellent condition.
Some of it was, yes. Some of it.
Now, some of it was delivered in cases, wasn't it?
Yes, there were cases.
In fact, a dolly, Mr. Walczak had a dolly would bring it through.
Yes, that's correct.
Was that about 75 cases that came in over that 4 or 5 day period, or whatever the period was?
It was at least that.
And then there was whatever the carts had.
Right.
Could have been as much as 225 cases that came through. I know it was, it's a
I
while.
don't think it, I honestly don't remember. It's been a long time, but I don't think it was quite that many.
Okay, was it 200?
I know it was over 100.
And I said 75. You were there. I'm asking if it could have been as much as 200, possibly. Of cases. I don't mean of
No,
parts, of cases.
I don't think it was quite that much, but, it's been a long time.
Could have been? Could have been?
I don't think so.
That's fair. All right, so you said on direct examination when you saw some of this product that it was, you mentioned to Tom something about it. You said that the product, you weren't sure of its quality. I'm not sure exactly what it is you said. What did Tom respond to you?
When I said that the quality of it was in question?
Well, is that the words we use, quality in question? Is that how you speak? This is the quality in question?
Right, I told him, what's going on with this, basically asking him what's the deal.
And did he explain to you what the deal was?
He told me the deal was that everything was to be bought from the store, so we had to take everything.
At that time, he didn't tell you that this was liquidation price he was paying, did he?
No, we didn't discuss price or what was going to be paid.
First time you heard about liquidation prices in preparation for this lawsuit, you heard this term being brought up that he had bought these for a liquidation price.
No, I've heard him tell me that when they were bought, that they were liquidating their store because they were closed.
That's not my question. My question, you talked about, and you offered testimony on direct here, that you're very involved in liquidation, or have been involved in liquidation of stores, correct?
In the past, yes.
It's true, isn't it, that the idea that, or the subject that this was a liquidation sale from Mr. James, that came up after the lawsuit was filed, and when you were talking about it with Mr. O'Connor, correct? Did Mr. O'Connor ever tell you, no, I don't want this stuff?
He got to the point where he says, I don't know about this stuff. Yes, he was the question.
That was like a year or two later, when he could, or was it?
No, that was when it was coming through.
And you being the employee that you are, kind of having this experience, you didn't call Mr. James or Mr. Walczak, did you?
No, it wasn't my place to do that.
And you said that the product that was delivered and put on the shelves, it was sold or sometimes given away.
That's right.
Now, it's true, is it not, that in your business, in selling fireworks, the novelty items are something that are used as a hook or used as an attraction to give away to families or customers coming in to get them in the store so they can buy other things.
That's correct.
So it's not unusual to have products that you give away, is it?
No.
Now, on that same subject about what you were talking on novelties and things, after you got this delivered, and you say you only remember something in 2003, so let's take what your recollection is. I think you said that you sold most of it, except for what was put in this photograph that was given to you on direct examination. Is that correct? That's in the white book, showed in the Sam's Club and the Boomtown USA parts. I guess in all Boomtown USA you purchased. That's in the white book, and that's 30.
Yes, that's the last of the leftover stuff.
That's it. From all of this that came, as I understand it, this is what's left over from all the cases and all of the product that was delivered in the carts.
That's
Is that
correct.
correct? Okay. So it's correct then, and the jury can assume that the rest of that, whatever was delivered, was either sold or used as a incentive for customers to come into the store. Now, on Exhibit E, in the black book there that I had you open, I got off track. That's it right there. Do you remember that you were stocking items in the shelves, correct?
That's correct.
And there were floral star shelves,
Yes, I
correct?
remember those.
And multi-shells,
Yes,
China firecrackers,
that's correct.
world-class firecrackers,
Yes, I remember.
salutes, Roman candles,
Roman candle, yes.
bottle rockets,
Bottle rockets, yes.
rockets,
Smaller rockets.
China style shells,
Yeah, it's a fountain, yes.
okay, fountains, okay. The fountain is something that squirts up the,
Yes, the brown item, the shells.
Thank you. Then multi-shot items, and then the next page, China-made artillery shells.
I don't remember the artillery shells, but I don't remember.
Could that be because these are what were delivered the previous year by Mr. James?
Not my knowledge.
Were you there when Mr. James delivered the product after the fire?
The only time I remember anybody delivering products was him.
This one. After the fire, what did you do?
We had a season we ran a small store. That was just one product here in the Lake.
I'm talking about immediately after. I mean, there's no building there, right?
Right, immediately after the fire.
Nothing there.
Yeah.
And Mr. O'Connor was working to get vendors to supply him for that season as best he could, right?
Yes, we had credit from her.
You weren't involved in those calls to vendors, were you?
Yes, I was.
Okay, were you sitting right there?
Yeah, I made some orders for product that year.
All right.
Yes.
Were you involved with any discussion, were you involved with all the discussions on these vendors that were coming in to provide product when the store was burned
No, I
down?
wasn't involved. No.
And you weren't involved in any discussions with Mr. James?
No.
All right, now I want to take you to F. That's the next page in the black book, F. And this is now when there was these delivery products in the shopping carts. There were China rockets
Yes.
and fluoro star shells,
Yes, I remember.
multi-effect action items,
Yes.
special deluxe multi-shells,
Yes, I do remember that one, yes.
and graham cakes.
And I don't remember the 500 gram cake.
How about the China firecrackers?
Yes.
And both sets of firecrackers?
Yes, there was quite a few.
Next page is the category China rockets and salutes. Remember those? The Roman candles, remember those?
Yeah.
Bottle rockets, remember those?
Yeah, I remember those.
China-style shells,
Yes.
remember? Fountains, remember those?
Yes.
Multi-shot items, remember those?
Yeah, those are the small multi-shots I bought for you.
Next category, China rockets, again.
Yes.
And then graham cakes, any graham cakes at
I
all?
don't remember the 500 gram cakes. I don't remember getting.
You remember, could it be that you didn't see them? Did you see every item that came in?
I pretty much saw it all.
You don't remember graham cakes?
No.
All right, how about China-made artillery shells?
That's another item I don't remember getting.
American-made artillery shells? Saw those?
No, those are another packaging of
Okay. Missiles?
Yes, I remember the missiles.
China rockets and novelties?
Yes.
Saw those? Parachutes? Saw those?
Yes.
Punks?
Yes.
A punk is what? Something used to light and
It's like an incense stick that you use to light fireworks with.
smoke,
Yeah.
Spinners?
Smoke. Yeah.
wing items,
That's
sparklers, rockets, that page, saw those? Okay, turn to is that correct, saw those?
Yes.
And then the next page, China rockets, cones, and assortments.
I don't remember the assortment.
Okay. All right, so you don't remember stocking the assortments?
No, I don't remember ever seeing
All right.
assortments.
Now-
500 gram cakes are
Did you break down what came in and identify it in any way to separate it from the stock that was already in Mr. O'Connor's store?
Well, that's the thing, it was mixed in with the stuff.
Right. So there was no inventory taken of anything that came in. You didn't put it in a separate shelf, for example.
I didn't know there would have to be an inventory, so of course I could take it.
And why didn't you think, typically, do you take an inventory right away or do you wait till you get a billing?
We basically just buy things when it goes down, we just buy more, and we keep it simple.
Mr. O'Connor, at the time, his habit was, especially getting ready for the season or even after the season, he would get the product and then he would wait, because if he was busy, he would wait for the bill to come in, typically, wouldn't he?
That's correct.
And then would he have you compare the bill with what was brought in, the inventory?
Oh, yeah, we make sure that, when we receive an order, that it all came.
Right. So he would do that, though, sometimes several weeks later, because you were busy, you would wait until you got the bill with the invoice.
No, if we got a shipment, we would make sure that we got everything in the shipment right away.
Okay. Are you saying that Mr. O'Connor didn't wait at times until the bill came in after the delivery? I mean, sometimes he would wait after the delivery until the bill came in, right?
The bill, yeah, the bill would come later.
Right. And then
You would pay after the season one.
you'd pay after the season, but also you'd use the bill to compare it to make sure what you're billed for is what you got, correct?
Well, when the shipment came, we made sure everything was there. And then, you reference it to everything else on the invoice and bill rate, make sure it was all.
When the bill would put it. That's the point. You were asked on direct examination about bills of lading and invoices. I want to just ask this question. It is true, isn't it, that sometimes the vendors would supply a bill at a later time after delivery, And Mr. O'Connor waited until the bill came in before he checked things out.
The inventory list?
The bill against the inventory list, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And this, these pictures in 30 that are in Exhibit 30 of the different baskets, that's in a bus? Is that my understanding?
That's correct.
That's not your storage facility, is it?
No, that's something we just use to store certain things that we were
You loaded those.
looking for, basically.
You loaded.
For storage.
I'm sorry. I interrupted you. My fault. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, the bus was used for storage.
But not, you wouldn't in that bus store products that you intended to sell because that was damp and that
It was the lower end stuff that we would put in there in the bus.
Did you load this bus up? You did load this bus up after all of the sales were done. Is that what you're saying?
After the season, there was
After the sales of all the product that was brought by Mr. Walczak, this is what you were left with that you didn't either sell or give away.
This is recently taken a couple years back, yes.
In fact, you loaded that in the bus yourself, didn't you?
Yes.
And you loaded that after the lawsuit was filed in this case. The lawsuit was filed in 2008. Isn't that correct?
2008. No, there was a product that was already had been in the bus by then.
Okay, and what, not all of it though.
No, not all of it.
Well, what product of these, just tell ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what did you load after the lawsuit was
This product?
Yes.
It was already in there.
This was in here?
Yeah, it was already there. No more was loaded. I didn't take any out of the store. And put it in there.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just trying to find out when you put it in.
Oh, it went in a long time ago, 2004. Yeah, you know, it was a long time ago.
So 2004, that season, that was what was left over after all the sales.
No, there was more parts in there at the time. It was
And those have been sold or given away?
correct.
And this is what's left over then.
And this is fairly long recent. Yeah, this is a very young
And were you there when this picture was taken?
Me personally, no.
Yes. Okay. So it's true that the majority of the product was either sold or used as part of the incentives to sell to individuals, your customers coming in.
That's right.
That is the product that was delivered by Mr. Walczak.
That's right.
And the product wasn't in such a condition that you couldn't sell it, was it?
Some of it was.
Okay, did you tell?
Oh, yeah, I know the buyer when I want to make sure it's off.
And Mr. Connor he'd been in the business a long time, hadn't he?
That's correct.
And Mr. Connor had a reputation, if he didn't like a product that was delivered, in seconds, he would reject it. Isn't that correct?
Well, he will let somebody know about it.
But he would reject it. He wouldn't wait. Within minutes or in seconds, he would reject product.
It has happened.
But he didn't do that here.
Well, this was, you had to buy it all.
Right.
So
That
I
was-
understood that it might not always be the case if you buy everything.
You understood that was the deal, buying it all.
Yes.
So your testimony about liquidation sales and 50 cents or 40 cents on the dollar, that's for someone who's liquidating. That is, they're having a sale where they're going out of business.
Correct. Which I was under the interpretation of that they were going out of business.
Mr. O'Connor's interpretation.
Well, yeah, that's what I had heard, and then I had seen, and Tim, too, told me that they were going out. So.
You didn't know that the decision to go out of business was based upon Mr. O'Connor offering to buy product from Mr.
I didn't know what
James.
the basis was. But I was informed after that they were going out and we had to take all the product.
If I can have one moment, Your Honor. No further questions.
Redirect.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brian, are you telling the jury that Tim also told you they were closing shop?
Yes.
Okay, and getting rid of their inventory?
Yeah, I was notified by several people not to contact.
So it wasn't just Tom that told you that?
No.
Now, during your cross-examination, you said that this product was placed in the bus in the back of the store to be stored.
Some of it was.
Why was this product put in that bus?
Because it was the lower end, substandard stuff. We weren't concerned with storage at that point. Obviously, the bus isn't the best place to put it, but that's where we keep the stuff that we really didn't care what happened as much because it was probably going to be given away. And plus, it was in carts, and there's limited places you can put a cart because you can't exactly stack carts. So it's a challenge when you have that many carts and you have to operate a store and you have to put them somewhere.
Brian, you testified that some of the product you guys received was in good condition, excellent condition.
Some of them.
Was this some of it was? Was the product that some of it was this the stuff that was in the cases, or is this the stuff that was in the carts?
Stuff that was in the cases was fine condition, no problem with that. Stuff that was in the carts is where the issue came in, where some of it was in good shape, some of it was less than good shape.
Do you know if there were any barcodes or any stickers on those products?
Every single item had their own barcode stickers on it because they had the barcode system, point of sale they call it, and they had barcode even the smallest package, so that was a challenge to remove stickers, and that also damaged some of the packaging, doing that was glued on. And of course, we're not selling it using those barcodes or anything that would be relevant to us selling it, so those had to be removed and our stickers put on. So it made it a different challenge.
You said 70 shopping carts?
Yeah, it was, I don't remember the exact count, but it was 70 or 75.
You also made a comment on Cross. Who delivered the product to the store? Was it Andy or was it Tim? Or was it both?
Tim Walczak.
If we can go to the black book. I'm sorry. Exhibit E. I understand that the attorney went down and said you remember receiving floral start shells, special multi shells, China firecrackers, World firecrackers, Roman candles. You remember receiving those types of products.
That's correct.
Did you receive the items that were delineated under those headings?
That was delineated.
In other words, let's go to Roman candles. Do you remember receiving 14 10-ball China Roman candles?
Oh, quantities. Yes.
And 6 M5000 crackling bombs?
Yeah, in small amounts, 6 cases.
Okay. So you remember receiving the product that's in Exhibit E.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Is there product on Exhibit E that you don't recall seeing?
Yes, there is. 500 gram cakes, course, under, let's see, okay, the American-made artillery shells, which is on the second page. I don't remember receiving those. China-made artillery shells, I don't remember receiving those. Assortments, I don't remember receiving those.
Go to Exhibit F. Do you remember receiving everything in this packaging?
I don't remember receiving 500-gram cakes. It's on the first page. Second page, I don't remember receiving. Those all, we got all those from what I remember. Third page, 3 of 5 is on the top. The 500-gram cakes, I don't remember receiving. China-made artillery shells and American-made artillery shells, I don't remember receiving. Page 4. Everything seems to be there. And page 5, the last one, I don't remember. The only sort that I remember receiving was rocket packs. I do remember receiving the rocket packs. And that's all. I mean, we didn't get assortments from them. Yeah, I remember other than the rocket packs.
I don't have anything for the issue. Pass the witness. No questions, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now's your opportunity. If you have any questions for this witness, please feel free to write them down and place them in the basket.